Now, you found out that your body's 71% salt water? Sure it is. Isn't the Earth 71% salt water? Remember, you want to learn free energy? Then all you have to do is figure out that we're just a natural holograph. Did your mommy and daddy make you? Oh, mommy and daddy made me. I made my children, I think. Something happened. We're a holograph of each other. And everything has to fit into this system. So when we talk about sustainability, first we have to find out that the system is actually divinely perfect. Remember, perfection really manipulates imperfection perfectly, as you're going to see in the very near future. We are all waking up and seeing. We took all our blinders off. We're not little horses running around being steered anymore by our sort of what called masters. And there is a system here that we can't see. Oh, is it big? The heart is what degrees? 23.5 degrees, isn't it? And what else is 23.5 degrees since you're sitting on it right now? The Earth. Do you know since last time the Chilean earthquake came? You may want to Google this and you'll find out too. The Earth has changed its axial tilt since the Chilean earthquake. A lot of people have left the planet here lately in the last few months. Earth now is at about a 21 plus or minus, I'm not sure what it is, but it changed a few degrees. It's going to the 0 degree tilt. And when it does, you will have your Garden of Eden back. You won't have north, south, east, and west, this sort of what we say was called the precision of weather. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's a whole different system. So, really getting into now one little section, we know that everything has to fit naturally into this circle. Remember, suns within suns within suns, circles within circles within circles. Now, that's enough right now to talk about holographic physics. It's just to be able to show you that there's a divine system here. It follows the golden mean sequence, or some of us know it as the Fibonacci sequence. And the Fibonacci sequence is a 13 system of numbers. I'll say it very quickly. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, and 144. 13 numbers. The Earth, at this time right now, is being stepped up in frequency from the sun. Not only is the Earth, so global warming is really not true. It's solar system warming. Mars is losing its poles, isn't it? Look it up. Mars's ice caps are melting. They don't have SUVs there. And you'll hear a lot of politics. And I won't really say who's saying a lot, but politics is a pretty cool word again. Politics. Ticks are sort of parasitic, aren't they? Okay? So the system really at this time is really revealing itself. Remember, Hebrew reads right to left. It's not the chosen species, but it's actually an ancient system that follows divine rule, nature. Why do we read left to right? The cosmos goes from right to left, so don't you think that we should read in the same direction to be able to actually grab the information that's in the air, instead of trying to grab information from a book, from a factual system, of course, that's most likely not true? My children don't go to school for a reason, because there's nothing for them to learn there. Did you learn anything at school? Maybe you did. Maybe as you find out you learned a lot, now if you really want to go forward in the system, you have to unlearn everything you've learned. That's a lot of work. So why would I want my children to learn about things that are really not true? I do a radio show every Saturday from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And the name of the show is called Earth Shift Live. Investigating our problems, reactions, and solutions of our world. And remember, I'm just a student. I'm not an authority. I want everybody to know that. I learn from you. I stir up some things, and you come to me and tell me about some more things. And I tell you about some things, and I connect some of the dots in your mind. Remember, you have 100 trillion neurons on the top of this little noggin we call a brain. And the more neurons that we can connect into the big thing up there, the more intelligent we become, or the more brilliant we become. Let's look at this painting for a second called the Da Vinci painting. And we're not talking about the earthly symbolism. We're talking cosmic again. There's 12 disciples, isn't there not? Mary Magdalene is sitting next to this person called Jesus. Remember, Jesus has also a Maltese cross, or a cross behind its head. What is the idea of this cross? You remember, the Pope wears it, Hitler wears it, all the kings and queens wear it. You'll see the tip top of the British crown, you'll see Saint Germain wearing it. Is it a constellation or 4 constellations? Is it our sun, when it travels to that constellation, we become brilliant and we get our gnosis instead of knowledge? So, really, when you see this cross and you look at it, and you'll see that it has the painting, you'll see that all these disciples, I look at the 12 disciples as the 12 planets. And the 12 planets, of course, when you know that, you've heard of this idea, because it's the same thing, Aquarius, when our sun travels through this constellation, the sun gets back its power. Is this the return of Christos, when the sun returns itself back to full power? Okay. And this is what's happening at this time right now. Google again. Russian scientists found out that the sun is 400 times brighter than it has been. Is that why there's spraying going on the planet of these things called, if you look up on the computer, chemtrails? Shade clothing the planet? For what? Is it maybe to slow down the inevitable?